Okay, so for this section we're talking about warmth and shelter, and really our best friend besides fire itself is going to be these bad boys right here, which is just large Ziploc bags. And the reason being is because if anything gets wet, then it's miserable, right? And so what we've done is I've got a pair of socks for each of us in the family, as well as all of our undergarments, our underwear. And it's all in a Ziploc bag so that it stays dry. What's cool too, just as an FYI, is as you put tons of stuff in Ziploc bags, is your backpack actually becomes like a raft. You could actually float on it if you needed to in the water. What this is basically a huge waterproof bag. You can get this at the military surplus store. I didn't price this out. I just got this. This is something left over from the military. And so what we're using this for is to put our blankets in, as well as this is just like a really warm undershirt, really warm undershirt, in case somebody gets wet. And these will go inside of the waterproof bag when we pack everything in the actual bag. Beyond that, it will get a little bit more standard here. Here's a 100-hour candle, and these, I'm sure you already know about them, but especially those of you who've been on like a Klondike or something like that, even if it is in bad weather, you put one of these in a snow cave and you are good to go, and you'll be sweating. So we got one for each pack. Also, in reference to staying dry, you can get a poncho. This is for under $5. I want to say it was like $2 something, as well as a tube tent. Now these tube tents, and we got to remember that this is just for 72 hours. We're not planning on living somewhere in the wilderness forever. For you as couples, grandmas and grandpas, probably only need one. But brothers and sisters that we're talking to, and anybody else who might be watching this, you'll probably have to get more. So for us, we got 2 because we have 5 people in our family. Body warmers, hand warmers.
How many?
What I did is I got one for each person for each night. So we have 5 people. There's 3 nights and 72 hours, so that's 15. You can go to Walmart and get waterproof matches. These were for $2.50. Or if you have matches already, then you can just take wax from a candle and just wax the tips of them, and that makes them waterproof. You can also, I've got somewhere, you can get on Emergency Essentials. It doesn't look exactly like this, but it's actually just a case for placing your matches inside of them that will help to waterproof your matches. So then you just put your matches in there. And of course we've already talked about the burner, but this is going to be one of the things that really helps to keep us warm. I don't have it here, but we're also going to put a small, like the Easy Burn wood that you can just purchase at Walmart. And I also put in a flare. And maybe not everybody's going to want to use a flare, but the only reason that I have a flare is if I've run out of fuel and wood is wet. And anybody who's tried to do that, to light a fire with wet wood, can tell you how big of a pain that is. A flare this one burns for 15 minutes, and you can just hold it on the wood until all the water is gone and it starts a fire. Here is an emergency blanket. Again, these are very affordable on Emergency Essentials. They're small. They don't look very warm, and honestly, I wouldn't want just this if you're in a snowy night. However, with that and the blankets that we've already packed, and having the 100-hour candle and everything, we'll be in a much better situation than what we thought. The last thing is emergency sleeping bag. So yeah, that's actually a sleeping bag. Just a couple of bucks. I would have one for each person. You can use these for a couple of nights, and well worth the cost. So, and then lastly, a garbage bag. You can use the garbage bag obviously for garbage, but it's also, again, it's just for keeping things dry. So that's all I got. Thanks.